All right, I want to make a point about and highlight a point about game planning, which you touched upon, which I want to make a much bigger deal about because it's super important. You said something that's a huge takeaway for all you guys in the room. And the thinking that you're going through is a huge takeaway for all the guys in the room, which is you want to be, before the Fed announces, you want to be game planning. What am I going to do if the Fed, for some reason, doesn't cut rates? What am I going to do if the Fed cuts rates 25 basis points? What am I going to do if for some reason the Fed cuts 50 basis points? What am I going to buy? And get long in that scenario.
Of course.
And what am I going to buy? And what am I going to do if they cut 25 basis points and they signal that more cuts are going to come going forward? Or they cut 25 basis points and they signal that more cuts may not be coming going forward. And so you want to map that out. And you want to map out what you might buy, what you might sell. There's a lot to choose from. Maybe you don't want to just express your trade with SPY. Maybe you want to use a levered ETF. Maybe you don't want to just express your trade in SPY. Maybe you want to use SPY and gold. Maybe you want to use SPY and volatility and gold. When it just hits the tape, you can't quickly enough figure out what to do. You need to have these parameters of a game plan as to what you're going to do if the more likely scenarios hit. And that's not to say that that's the only thing you're going to do and all you're going to do is match what happened with your game plan before, all right, because you want to observe what's going on and you're not the ultimate decider as to what should happen if the Fed cuts 25 basis points but does not signal going forward that it's going to continue to cut. You do want to observe behavior, but it's so much easier and so much more effective. And a best practice used by really terrific traders who trade these really well to have said, hey, if they cut 25 basis points and they do not signal going forward that there are more cuts to come, that my thesis is short. And I'm going to express that with SPY and Qs and buying volatility. And then from there, you're in a much stronger position to make better decisions. And this is not true just of a Fed meeting. This is something that can be expanded to any catalyst event. This is something that you should be regularly thinking about for any big catalyst event. Like, what if Beyond has a secondary? So if you're listening to Shark this morning, and 3 days before, there's a game plan today, this morning, as to what he thinks might happen, and there's a game plan 3 days ago about some stuff that can really hit the tape, that can really affect price. This can be expanded to, hey, what if the US and China come up with a trade agreement? Okay, what if the US and the UK come up with a trade agreement? What are we going to do? What are you going to buy? What are you going to sell? This game planning is something that needs to be a part of your day and your preparation, and you almost want to be thinking ahead to big events. Where can I make a really big trade?
If you want to learn 3 real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple setup that we teach all of our new traders, and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click the link that should be appearing right now at the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's going to open up the free registration page in a new window. Don't worry, you're not going to lose this video. You can also visit tradingworkshop.com to register for this free, intensive, awesome workshop. You're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this trading workshop than from years of online education.